2020 was certainly an interesting year to say the least. I don't think anyone quite expected what happened to actually happen this year, but it did. So, despite all of the negativeness of this year, I still had a great time making videos, yes. So I'm going to be starting a new yearly tradition this year that I kind of have done in the past, but I officially have a name for it. I call it P.A.C.K, Pigs and Cat Konnections, which is a look back in the past to what we have made so far this year, and a glance forward to 2021, which will hopefully be an even better year. Oh yes, alright, so this year was, like I said, it was quite an interesting year, but I did have a lot of fun making videos this year. It was a good year for that, at least, making videos, but yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the videos that we have made. And also, before we get started, I'd just like to thank all of you, personally, just thank you so much for checking out my videos and just being there, subscribing, liking the videos, commenting. I love seeing comments, and just thank you so much for the supports throughout the years, and I'm very grateful for all of you watching this video right now and all the people that have been watching my videos in the past, so thank you so much. This year I had a lot of fun developing shows, whether that be continuing old shows from the past or making new series. So I of course started off Men on the Moon. The first season premiered this year, which was a lot of fun to make. I'm looking forward to making more. It is a series I've been thinking about for a while now, ever since we created the first Men on the Moon movie, and I gave you guys a poll saying, hey, which would you rather see, Men on the Moon, Clever Squadron, or Deep Sea Exploration Force as a series? And you voted on none other than Men on the Moon. So that was really fun to make. I quite enjoyed making that. It was great making a new series. That was like the first of the new series, besides of course Founding Fathers, which started last year. But it was great, and I look forward to making it into the future. Yes, having a good time with it. And next, of course, we continued on Pirates of the Shipwreck. Pirates of the Shipwreck is one of my favorite series to make. Actually, probably is my favorite thing to make on the channel. It's been something I've been continuing on since the beginning of my channel. The first video that I uploaded on the channel is Pirates of the Shipwreck, the first movie. But even though the first one that I actually made was Silver Sword, it's just that one uploaded first. But still, it's very much a staple of my channel. It's like, probably has the most videos on my channel out of any series. It has like 160 episodes or something, so, and it's still going strong. And yeah, so it was fun making season 8. Yes, it was a good time, and I look forward to continuing the series as long as possible. And of course, we continued the Founding Fathers as well, a series that I wasn't too sure how far it would go, but I managed to make episodes 7 through 20 this year, which was, of course, once again a lot of fun. I just love messing around with history and just putting these Founding Fathers in such ridiculous scenarios and stuff. It was a blast, and of course we released a trailer for the movie, which will be coming up next year, hopefully, but more on that later. But yes, so Founding Fathers is also really fun. And I also started up a new series, which I called Comical Issues, which was originally going to be a movie, but I decided, hey, let's make it a series. We didn't get too far in comical issues, sadly, but next year will be different. We'll be continuing on comical issues. And yeah, we only have one episode out, but we'll be making more in the future. And of course, last and certainly not least, I started off the Sherlock Holmes series. After just loving Sherlock, I watched all of it this year. I was like, oh, it's so good. So I wanted to make some parodies, and that's where we are now with Sherlock Holmes, and I call them Holmes and Watson's Adventures. And those have been so much fun to make. They're so silly and goofy and dumb, but I just love making them. So yeah, there we go. We've got, we made some series this year, had a serious time, if you know what I'm saying. And of course the movies. One of my favorite things to do on this channel is to make these movie type videos that are a little longer than the episodes. Usually, sometimes the episodes are a little longer than the movies, so who am I kidding? But of course, we made this year, we did Jail Cops 8. It was so great continuing, 8's great. It was so great continuing the Jail Cops series, the Jail Cops franchise. It has been such a fun ride so far making these videos, and there's a time I was like, oh, the Jail Cops, it's sort of degrading, like after the first one has really started to go down in quality, but then I pulled it back up by its bootstraps, and I tried to make them as best as I could, and I had a lot of fun making Internet Cops, and I look forward to making more Jail Cops in the future. We of course also had Johnny Thunder and the Last Movie, which was a fun parody series, sort of Indiana Jones parody, if you can believe it. I know there's not really too many parallels between the two, but yes, it is indeed an Indiana Jones parody. And the first sort of licensed theme, Lego licensed theme specifically, not, Star Wars is a licensed theme, of course, but like specifically made by Lego, the original Lego characters. that I wanted to do, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so much fun making Johnny Thunder. We started off last year with, of course, Johnny Thunder and the Lost Oscar, or whatever that one was called. That was fun. And of course, we had the second one, and we wrapped it up with the third one, Johnny Thunder in the last movie. But is it really the last movie? We'll see. We'll talk about that. But of course, we also did Jared the Janitor and the War on Trash. That was a lot of fun to make too. Jared the Janitor is also one of my favorite characters to make, and we've made videos for him the past 3 years, and continuing on the legacy of Jared the Janitor. So that was a lot of fun too. And also, we did more of the anthology canon with On the Edge of Limbo. That was so much fun. I came up with that idea, I think, in January, and I finally acted on it. It was something I've been thinking about for quite a while, ever since that moment, and I was really excited to make it, and it was such a great process to film, and it was so much fun. It felt so different than the other videos I've made, because just the filming process felt so different. It just felt, I don't know, just like something else, and it was really fun to make, and I'm really glad that I was able to tell that story and just have a great time with it. And of course, another part of the anthology canon, Welcome Tenants. That was also really fun too. It was really great revisiting Compendium, since it's been about a year since I made Compendium, and it was great going back into that universe and specifically continuing on the story and seeing what happens after Compendium, which is something we'll be exploring a lot more in the future as well. And of course, we wrapped it up with League of Adventurers. That was a lot of fun to make. I was really excited to make that, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be making it this year, but I did it. I was really glad that I was able to make that. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty nicely. I'm really excited to continue on the story of these characters, because they introduced a lot of new characters, and I'd love to make some more stuff with them. And of course, we wrapped it up with another Knight video with the Squire. Though I didn't make United 2 as I was originally planning this year, I had this idea for like a sort of younger character, younger sidekick for the Knights, and that's where the Squire came from. So it was great getting out another Knight video. The Knight videos are a staple of my channel too. So there we go, ending it off with another Knights video, yes. So yeah, oh of course, how could I forget Clever Squadron 1945? That was probably my most hyped video to make, and it was so much fun making it. I filmed it all in one day. I was just like, oh, gotta get through this, gotta get it done. I was so excited, I just couldn't stop filming it. Just like, I just do it right now, and it's so much fun editing those too. It's a lot of fun right there, and I look forward to continuing the legacy of Clever Squadron. So there we go. Yeah, it's been such a fun year for just making videos, you know. Despite all of the negativity this year, I just really had a great time making these videos for all of you, and I hope you maybe enjoyed them. Yes, so let's go ahead and move on to the future. I'm going to start the year off right with the channel by releasing our first video, which will be our first movie of the year, which is Jail Cops 9, Apocalypse. Oh. Well, this isn't good. Jail Cops 9 follows the jail cops in a post-apocalyptic world as they have to deal with a lot of threats and trying to keep the peace as police officers in their new world. This is an idea I've had for quite a while, so it'll be really fun to finally make it at last. All is fair in war, and war takes place in sort of a crazy world that's filled with war, but is still somehow fun. So somehow the soldiers find fun in the war, which is really weird when you think about it. It's been a while since we've seen the Hat Bureau, and I did reference that there would be another video for the Hat Bureau at the end of the original Hat Bureau movie, so I figured, hey, let's continue on the Hat Bureau at long last and get to the new one, Hat Bureau, Paris Intrigue. Done in Smoke and Hell will be sort of a prequel to the Compendium series. It'll be the earliest one in the series so far, taking place in the 50s, and it'll be telling the story of the boss, how he came to be, the boss from Compendium. It will certainly be a dark time indeed, and it will be one of the 2 planned anthology films we have planned for next year. What will the next one be? Who knows? Oh, my back. Oh, we're definitely getting too old for this. And lastly, Clever Squadron will be back at it once again with Clever Squadron back in service, taking place in the Korean War now, moving out of World War II and now into the next war. Now, of course, those aren't the only things that'll be coming out next year. Of course, we'll be continuing on the Sherlock Holmes series, as well as, of course, Men on the Moon Season 2, which will be getting a preview early in the year. And we will, of course, be seeing the Founding Fathers movie, as well as a 3rd arc that will be taking up 10 episodes, adding episodes 21 to 30 to the series. And, of course, we will, of course, be seeing Pirates of the Shipwreck 3, the 3rd movie. And Lazy Man Forever, but I kind of got tired, so I just didn't put a preview in there for that. But, so I'm looking forward to next year. I hope it's going to be great. I hope we, everything gets all straightened out, and I look forward to making a lot of videos. And, of course, I've got just so many plans that I want to get as much of that out as possible and make it as quality as possible and just have a great time making all of these videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, last and certainly not least, the final announcement, of course. Anthology Season 1 will be out next year. So there we go. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching just these videos in the past. I hope you guys had as best of a year as you could, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye!